Hello everyone, Dani Zed here, and I welcome you to my first edition of Dani Zed Approved, where I will talk about CDs I like really the most and are important for me, and just about the record itself and the band and where I get it and what it means for me. I will start my first edition for really cool CD, which meant for me a lot in the past and still now, and really influenced me in my taste of brutal death metal. It's Goratory, the second album of them. Orgasm introduced Diarrhea, and yes, when I bought the album, I bought it back in 2002 when it came out. I don't know, was it an Unputted? Yeah, it was on the Japanese label Unputted Records, and I bought it at my first time at the Ludwigshafen Death Fest. It was in December 2002, a really cool festival back then, and yeah, we were just going through the booth where the CDs were selling from Revenge Productions, who were the organizer of the festival. And yeah, and I don't know if I knew the band before from the internet, but I guess I heard one or two tracks from the Goratory homepage back then, and I bought this one and the first album along together. And yeah, it really influenced me, this one, because first time, I guess it was my first time to hear the technical combination of that for technical death metal with really weird mathcore, a little bit mathcore stuff I would call it. It's technical part, totally weird grinding madness and ultra guttural brutal death metal, and there was a real unique sound for myself. And also back in the days, in the beginning of the 2000s, where all these great brutal death metal bands were coming up, this was for me really outstanding band, and the whole CD is so fucking groovy and brutal and fast at the same time that it's really an outstanding band. So sad that they just did 1 7-inch and 3 albums, and then they kicked off. They had a little reunion tour back in 2008. They were also at the NRW Death Fest back then, but I couldn't attend there, so sadly. And yeah, I can just say, I think for every fan of brutal death metal, this should be a must-have. It's really something unique and hardly to find today. Also, I couldn't find a band similar to Goratory, never since, I guess. And yes, I would really recommend for everyone who haven't listened to this CD until now, just do it or just buy it. I think it will hard to get, but try it. Or maybe, I don't know if there exists a re-release, but I don't think so. But really just get this CD, you won't be disappointed. And yeah, I hope you liked my first edition of Dani Zed Approved. I will bring you a lot more if you like it, about CDs that are for me the best, in my opinion. Just as always, just my personal taste. Yeah, just write it in the comments. Thanks again for watching. See you next time. Your Dani Zed.